I'm Michael Roshko, lead program manager in the Windows servicing and delivery team. Welcome to how to manage Windows 7 extended security updates for on-premise and cloud environments. Before we really get started, quick little game, show of hands. Let's see who can guess the year. I'm going to give you a set of clues. Raise your hand when you think you know what year it is. So the first clue, this year Avatar was the most popular movie. I confess, keep your hand up if you think you know. You might get tired, so. I confess, I never saw it. I did the ride at Disney World. It was pretty epic. Next clue, Uber and Kickstarter launched this year. Okay, got one person who thinks of two. All right, next clue, this one kind of blows my mind. Sony sold over 12 million floppy disks. I kind of barely remember when floppy disks were flying around. Okay, and our final clue, Microsoft releases Windows 7. Okay, so raise your hand if you think you know. The year is 2009. Keep them up if you got it right. A couple people, that's awesome. You win the respect and admiration of your peers. All right, so 2009, Microsoft launches Windows 7, and we made a 10-year commitment to support it. And those of you who are good at math have already figured out that 10 years is up at this point. So Windows 7 end of support is pretty much upon us. On January 14th, 2020, Windows 7-based products will stop receiving updates. Now, you might notice that I have a big table here. The reason for that is a few of those products, those Windows 7-based products, didn't actually launch at that same time. So those products, their end of support date is a little bit further out, so you can see it on the table. You might also notice the QR code in the lower corner of the slide. That's a link to our Windows Lifecycle fact sheet. It has information on our lifecycle policies, as well as dates like this for the Windows 7 products and other products. I highly recommend that periodically you go and visit that site so that you can kind of drink in this information and then be planful about these events so that you don't have any business continuity type of issues. All right, so on January 14th, that's going to be our last update. Now what? So obviously, Microsoft, we care about our customers, so we have a couple of options for you. Our recommended option is to shift to Windows 10. That is our always up-to-date, most secure operating system where our engineers are pouring in their love and their innovation on a regular basis. But we also recognize that some of you may not be in a position to move to Windows 10 right now. And so, for that reason, we have the Extended Security Updates program. Again, since not everyone is going to be in the same situation, there's a few different ways in which you can get on to the Extended Security Updates program. If you're thinking about virtualizing, or maybe you have one problematic app, in that case, the Windows Virtual Desktop in Azure might be a great option for you. And if you go that route, you will receive 3 years of Windows 7 extended security updates as part of that WVD in Azure subscription. If you are an E5 customer, or if you're thinking about becoming an E5 customer before the end of the year, you can take advantage of our current promo. Again, that runs through the end of the year. And the E5 customers with qualified products, and you can see the list on the slide, you will receive 1 year of free Windows 7 extended security updates as a benefit of E5. And then if neither of those options work for you, you can purchase ESU outright. And it's available for up to 3 years in 1-year increments. And if you are thinking that you want to purchase, you can either reach out to your account CE if you're an enterprise customer, or if you're a small or medium business, you can work with your cloud solution partner. So let's talk a little bit more about Windows 10. If you're looking to move to Windows 10, Microsoft 365 is our best offering. First off, as I mentioned earlier, Windows 10 is our most secure operating system. And innovative features like Windows Hello in Windows 10 have virtually eliminated attacks such as pass the hash, kind of hard to say. M365 also includes Office 365 as well as Config Manager and Intune. And so you get the best of our productivity and our IT management with this collection. And then finally, based on a Forrester study, the combination of Windows 10, Office 365, Intune, and Config Manager has the lowest total cost of ownership compared to other on-premise solutions. All right, now I mentioned Windows Virtual Desktop and Azure, and you might be thinking, okay, well, why might that be a good solution for me? First off, it really allows you to take advantage of that flexibility and scalability of the cloud. So if you have workloads that aren't constant, maybe they're seasonal workloads, you can scale up or scale down as necessary, and you're only paying for what you're actually using. It's also integrated with our security and management, the Microsoft 365. And as I mentioned previously, it comes with free extended security updates as part of that subscription. Finally, if you're thinking you're going to stay in a virtual environment, it sets you up nicely for a migration for our new multi-session Windows 10 experience that's been optimized for Office 365 Pro Plus. All right, let's dive a little deeper into the Extended Security Updates program itself, or ESU. First, let me talk a little bit about what it is and what it isn't. So ESU is an extended security update program. It's not an extended support program. What you get with extended security updates is just that. You get security updates that have been rated either critical or important by the Microsoft Security Response Center. It does not, however, include support. If you happen to already have a support program, you can continue to take advantage of that, and the support team will help you with troubleshooting. And in the event that you discover an issue that is directly related to one of the extended security updates, in that situation, they will open a bug for you. The versions that are covered. So on Windows 7 desktop, we're covering professional and enterprise editions. ESU covers Server 2008 SP2, as well as R2 SP1 across the data center, enterprise, and standard editions, as well as covering the various flavors of Windows Embedded and Windows Server Embedded. So the duration of this is for 3 years in 1-year increments. Now, one of the key things I want to call out here is that if you decide, I don't think I really need Windows 7 extended security updates now, and in the second year you realize, hey, wait a minute, I was wrong, I do need that, you're going to have to pay for both year 1 and year 2. The reason for that is these are cumulative updates. So when you get those updates for year 2, they contain the updates for year 1. Likewise, if in year 3 you determine that you need it, you've got to pay for years 2 and years 1. Another question that we frequently get is around Office and what level of support customers receive there. If you are an Office 365 Pro Plus customer on Windows 7, you will continue to receive Office 365 Pro Plus security updates for that duration of the Windows 7 Extended Security Updates program, that 3 years. And then again, if this is the right solution for you, reach out to your account team CE or your cloud solution provider. All right, if you've determined that ESU is the right solution for you, what do you need to do? First off, if you're in WVD and Azure, pretty much nothing. We've taken care of it for you. But if you're on-premise or you're using a third-party cloud, these are the 3 things you need to do. First, there's some required updates you're going to need to get. Second, as part of your purchase, you're going to receive an add-on product key, and you're going to need to install and activate that product key on your Windows 7 endpoints. And finally, and most important in my opinion, you should test your deployment. You don't want to wait. You don't want to wait until February when we're shipping our first security update and realize, oops, I forgot to activate that product key, and now my security updates aren't landing, and I'm going to fall out of compliance. Do these steps early, test early, make sure you're set up correctly. And I'm going to talk about each of these, starting with the required updates. So there's 2 required updates you need. You need a servicing stack update, and you need a licensing update, and that licensing update is included in our monthly rollouts. Now, the easiest way to get these updates, just always stay current. And frankly, this is pretty much motherhood and apple pie anyway. If you always stay current, you've always got the latest security fixes, and you're in good shape. But if for some reason you can't stay current always, I have the KB numbers listed up here. You might notice the TBD. We have one update that is still coming. That'll be out before the end of the year. That's our servicing stack update for the embedded editions. And I'm going to do a quick walkthrough on how you deploy these updates using Microsoft System Center Config Manager or SCCM. So this walkthrough assumes that I've already created a software update group, and I already have a machine collection. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into SCCM, and I'm going to go to all software updates, and I'm going to find those required updates. And you might notice here there's 4, and be sitting here thinking, hey, wait a minute, Michael, you told me a few moments ago that I only needed 2. Well, the reason is because there's an x86 flavor, and of course there's an x64 flavor, and we're in this walkthrough deploying both. So once I've found those, I'm going to right-click on them, and I'm going to choose Edit Membership, and that's going to bring up this dialog box. And here's where I can select the update group that I want, that I've already created, in this case my Win7 ESU. And then I just click OK, and that's added those updates to that update group. So the next thing I want to do is deploy them. So I'm going to go find that group, and I'm going to right-click on it, and then I'm going to select Deploy. And that's going to bring up the Deploy Software Updates wizard. And here I need to give it a name. And then I need to select the machines that I'm going to deploy it to. So I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to click Browse. And as I mentioned before, I already created my machine collection, so you can see I have several machine collections here. And the one that I want is the Windows 7 on-premise devices, since I'm trying to deploy my required Windows 7 updates. And once I've selected that, I can click OK. And now you can see that I'm targeting that Windows 7 on-prem group. And so I can move to the next screen. Now, most of these screens are, well, I should say all the next screens are optional. So I really don't have to do anything, so I'm going to click Next. If I wanted to do something specific here, I could change the scheduling, but for the purposes of this walkthrough, not going to. I'll just say Next. I'll use the defaults for deployment. I will also use the defaults for alerts. And I'll use the defaults for download settings. And that's going to bring me to the summary. And at the top of the summary, you can see the updates that I'm targeting. And you can also see the machine collection that I'm targeting. And all I need to do to then deploy those updates to that machine collection is click Next, and the deployment will happen. And I'll get status, and I can see that I successfully deployed my required updates to my machine collection. And so now I can go ahead and close this. Now that I've deployed my required updates, I can install my key. And it's important to do these steps in this order, because if you try to deploy your key and activate your key before you've deployed your updates, the system won't know about that key, and so that key activation will fail. So you deploy your updates, then work on the key. So for installing my add-on key, there's a couple things I could do. First off, I could do it manually. I could open an admin command prompt on my Windows 7 device, and I could use slmanager.vbs to actually install that key and activate it. This is on the device. You don't need to download anything. It's baked into the operating system. And the first command I would use would be slmanager/ipk, and then I would type in my product key with the dashes. And that's going to install that product key on that device. This next command, this is a useful one, and it's going to come up again later, slmanager/dlv. That is going to display the licensing information. So you're going to get a dialog box that's going to pop up. And it's going to include both this add-on product key that I just installed, as well as the normal Windows product key that makes the device genuine. What you want to look for here is you want to find the activation ID that corresponds to that key that you just installed. So it'll be located very close to it. That's a number you're going to need for the next step. So once you've got that number, then you can move on. You can type in slmanager/ATO, and then you're going to type in that activation ID. And that's going to actually activate that key. Now, that activation ID is specific to the edition of Windows, so it's pretty much the same for every edition, every Windows 7 edition of that type. That's important because I could choose to script this. If I'm doing this for multiple machines, it would be fairly easy to write a PowerShell script around this. It would look a little bit different. In my PowerShell script, I would actually leave the DLV command out because I don't want a bunch of dialog boxes popping up on my end users. So I would do it manually once so that I could get that activation ID, and then I could write a PowerShell script to deploy this. Alternatively, if you're managing a large number of endpoints, what I would recommend using is the Volume Activation Management tool, or I'm going to call it VAMPed from now on because it's a lot easier to say. And if I'm using VAMPed, there's a few things I need to do. I need to install it. It requires a database. So if I don't have one, I'd probably install SQL Server 2017 Express. It's free. There's some configuration file updates I need to make, just a couple files, real simple. If I don't already have a firewall exception configured, I would need to do that. Then it's pretty much connect to that database, discover the computers that are in your domain, and then leverage VAMPed to, first add the product key to VAMPed, install, and activate. And I'm going to walk through this in a moment. But first, I want to call attention to another QR code. This is a link to our blog post. On that blog post, we've actually walked through these manual steps. And we also are describing the way to do this with Volume Activation Management tool also. So great resource for you after this talk for when you're sitting down and actually trying to do this. So let's go ahead and walk through the key installation with VAMPed. So this is the page where you're going to download and install VAMPed. And you don't need to worry about the address. That blog post that I just showed you the link to a moment ago, it has the link to this page in it. One thing I do want to call your attention to is on the left side, you're seeing a tree view with a ton of links in it. There's a lot of documentation here. So while we're going to go through the pretty straightforward case, if you, for example, had an air-gapped network where you needed to install and activate that key on a non-internet connected network, you could do proxy activation, and this documentation will tell you how to do that. So on this page, scroll down, it's going to show you where to get SQL Server 2017 Express and how to install it. It's also going to show you where to get VAMPed in the ADK, and as well as how to configure it, including how to set up that firewall exception. There's a few different methods that are listed on the page. I'm not going to walk through that, but you can find them here. Once you've downloaded it, you need to get those configuration files. The link to this site is also in that blog post, so I didn't include it here. Don't try to read the address bar, it's tiny. You're just going to download those files, and then you're going to need to copy them. They're 2 PK config files, and I have to get close to read this path to you. You're going to copy those 2 PK config files into the program files, Windows kits 10, assessment and deployment kits, VAMP3, PK config, directory. And the easiest thing to do is probably just going to be to refer back to the slide deck later, as opposed to try to write that down real time. Once you've copied those files in and replaced the original ones, you're ready to start. So now you can open VAMPed. And at this point, it's going to ask you to connect to a database. So either your pre-existing database or the SQL Server instance that you just installed. You're going to give it the name right here. And also, you can type in a database name that you want. You don't have to have pre-created the database. VAMPed will take care of this for you. Just give it a name. Go ahead and click Connect, and VAMPed's going to do its thing to create that database for you. Now that we've got our database set up, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to discover our machines and add their details to that database. So we're going to come under Products, Windows, and we're going to right-click. We're going to choose Discover Products. And this Discover Products dialog box will pop up. Here we're going to enter the domain for where our Windows 7 computers are, and we're going to click Search. And it's going to find those computers. I can click OK. and it'll start to install, or I'm sorry, it'll start to add the details of those computers to my database. And once that's completed, I can click close. So now I've set up VAMP, connected to my database. I've discovered my computers. The next thing I need to do is add the ESU add-on key that I received into VAMP. And that's really simple. You're going to come to product keys, and you're going to right-click on product keys. You're going to choose add product keys. That will bring up this dialog box. Here's where you're going to type in your product key. So you'll type it in with the dashes. You can see we've grayed part of it out. No one gets free ESU today, sorry. And then once I've typed it in, click Add Keys, and it's going to add that key. And it'll tell me it successfully added a key, and I can click OK. All right, so I've discovered my machines. I've added my key. Now I'm going to actually go ahead and install that key on those Windows 7 devices. So I'm going to go back to Products Windows, and I'm going to select those Windows devices. And one thing I'll call out here, you might notice that you see that they already have a product key and that it's licensed. That's a GVLK key. That's the key, since these were volume license machines that we were using for this, they had a GVLK key. And it's showing that it's the license state is licensed. So those are already activated. And that's useful because later you're going to see that these machines now suddenly have 2 product keys. And so we'll talk about that more in a few minutes. So I've selected those machines. I right-click. I'm going to choose Install Product Key. It pops up a window that's going to list my product keys. In this case, I only have the one since I only added the one. Now I'm going to select that product key, and I click Install Product Key. Now, let's say my Windows 7 devices had different credentials for the admin account than the machine I'm using here. In that case, I could have chosen this Use Alternate Credentials, and that would pop up this window and enable me to provide the right set of credentials for the admin accounts on those devices. And then I just click OK, and it would go ahead and start that installation of those product keys. And when it's complete, it'll give me some status in the middle, and I can see that I've successfully installed the 4 product keys. And now I can close it. So now I've discovered my machines, I've added my product key, I've installed them, still need to activate it. So as I mentioned before, now you can see each machine has a new product key, the client ESU Year 1 Mac key, and it shows as unlicensed. So now those are the keys that we need to activate. So I'm going to select those keys and right-click on there. Oops. Right-click. I'm going to choose Activate. Choose the type of activation method. Remember earlier I mentioned there was a proxy activation. Well, we're not walking through that. We're just kind of doing the straightforward. So I choose Online Activate. And then again, there's this option to use alternative credentials. In this case, I'm just using current credentials. And it's going to immediately start to activate that product key. And when I'm done, I'm going to get some status again. I go ahead and close that window. And now you can see that both my GVLK key for making the machine genuine, as well as my MAC key for ESU is activated. So there we go. Am I done? No. Need to test your deployment. So again, we don't want you to have any unpleasant surprises come February. And so as a result, we've created some test packages that you can use. These packages are available either through WSUS or through Catalog, so you can download them. We've listed the KB numbers there. Again, these are not applicable to Azure WVD. You don't have to do this. We're managing the complexity for you in Azure WVD. But in the case of on-premise or third-party cloud, you should go through these steps. So go get these KBs, whichever is applicable to your environment. Download them. Use your normal workflow to deploy them. And once you've deployed them, then either use your normal workflow that you would use to check for errors, or you can use Windows Update History to check. If you see an error, here's what you should do. The first thing you do is not pick up the phone to Microsoft. First, you want to check to make sure that you followed all these steps correctly and you didn't forget to activate your product key or something. Here's how you're going to do that. So you're going to go to your Windows Update history, and you're going to double check that you successfully installed those required updates. Then, assuming that you've done that, you're going to go to the machine that you're seeing the error. You're going to pull up an admin command prompt. And remember that slmanager/dlv command? Now you're going to use it. You're going to run slmanager/dlv on that problematic device, and you're going to look at the resulting dialog box, and you're going to double check that the add-on key is there and that the add-on key is activated. Now, if you've done that, if you verified that you've got your required updates successfully installed on that device, and you verified that the key is installed and activated correctly, and you've checked that you just didn't happen to have a deployment problem with that particular test KB, at that point, that's when you want to call us. Because again, we want to make sure everything goes smoothly for you. So we're here to help you. If you are shifting to Windows 10, we have some resources that can help you. For deployments of 150 devices or more, we have the Fast Track program, which will provide you guidance and help come up with a deployment plan for you. I also noticed the other day that there's a booth down in the hub, so I highly recommend that if you're thinking you need Fast Track, drop by, check out their booth. We also have a link on this slide to some of the resources. We also have the Desktop App Assure program. If you are hitting compatibility issues with an application and it's preventing you from moving forward, this is a free service that Microsoft offers. You can report it through Desktop App Assure, and a Microsoft engineer will help you. We have a bunch of resources and tools for deployments of Windows and deployments of Office 365. I've listed them here. There's links here. You can check them out in the slides. So again, this is all a set of resources to help you in terms of moving forward to Windows 10 and Office 365. So to summarize a little bit, don't wait, stay secure. Go back, have a conversation with your CIO or your CISO. Make sure they understand that January 14th, 2020 date that is coming and the potential impact that that date could have on you. Come up with a plan. That plan might be our recommended option of moving to Windows 10, because it's our best and most secure Windows ever. Or it might be taking advantage of the Extended Security Updates program, either through Windows Virtual Desktop in Azure, or taking advantage of the E5 one-year promo that runs through the end of the year, or possibly just purchasing ESU outright through your account CE or your cloud solution provider. Once you got your plan, if your plan is ESU, go ahead and get your key now, deploy your required updates now, install and activate that key now, and most important, test your deployment to make sure you're ready. One more QR code for you. This is our ESU FAQ. There's answers to a ton of questions there. So if there's additional information that I didn't cover, in all likelihood, you can find it there. We've had a lot of great sessions already. We have a few more still. Pretty much immediately following this, we have Breakout 3076 on modern deployment and management. Thomas Trombley is going to lead a panel at 4. At 4:55, Aria Carley is leading theater session 3024. She's going to talk about Windows Update management policies. And then tomorrow, John Wilcox and Sean McLaren, they're going to lead breakout session 3080, and they're going to talk about Windows 10 ring-based deployments. And if that's not enough for you, we also have a couple of interactive sessions left. Actually, it's technically one session, but there's several different table topics in there. One is Tools for Transparency, where you can learn about the Windows Release Health Dashboard and how we're making our known issues known to our customers. And then there's also a admin experiences across Microsoft 365. And then one other topic that isn't listed here, there's actually an end of support table, so another great resource for questions on this particular session. I think this is my last QR code finally. This one will show you where our booth is and when various people will be staffing it. Sadly, we ran out of Ninja Cat stickers, but if you have a question and you come up and chat with me, I have a limited number of our really awesome giveaway that I can hand out. Last but not least, please take the time to evaluate this session. Thank you very much.